Hey YouTube, this is just a short video of the training week for myself and some of my clients. You can see myself there starting off with a pause bench. That was a 1 rep max, and here are the back off sets. We're 3x3 at 80%. So with me being a marathon runner here, I try to use this period to do a little more strength work. Usually I stick to the bare minimum, but I'm trying to build my bench, which is not strong, but it's a little better than what it was when I was running high mileage right now. So right here we jump into some speed work. Speed work is 10 sets of 3. So this is at a light weight, maybe about 50% of your 1 rep max, and the goal is technique and to move the bar as fast as you can, okay? So it's not meant to be a very draining session, this speed work here, but it's meant to give you a little bit of recovery and work on speed. So same thing goes for the deadlift. I don't like to do too much volume on deadlift, but it's 10 sets of 2. That looks like about 185. So like I said, when I'm in heavy marathon training, I usually don't do this type of work. It's conjugate type work. This here is a supplemental squat, 3 sets of 10. So it's good for supplementation, extra work on your squat. When you do this, you don't work your erectors and your stabilizers, so your lower back gets a little break. And this is the reverse hyperextension machine, 3 sets of 15. This is a very great exercise for your lower back. You know, most of the time you're compressing your spine with the deadlifts and weightlifting. This kind of elongates your spine and good for back health, okay? And this is calf raises, little accessories here to finish off. So this usually keeps my lower legs healthy. The older I get, the more problems I get with lower leg injuries, especially with long distance running. So I always keep these in the program year round, and it just supplements my lower body work. And that's where I really need it, is in the lower leg. Runners got skinny legs. And these are some more accessories. Leg extensions, 3 sets of 20, and during marathon training, I usually don't do these, but since I'm not training, I can add a little more volume to my training. And this here is client vlogs. This is Joelle. She runs more of a conjugate type system, and this is her 235 pause squat. Okay, she's coming back from a long layoff from the gym, but it's coming back pretty well. That was a good looking squat. And this is a supplemental deadlift, which is a snatch grip deadlift. So with a lot of my lifters who are past the beginner stage, we like to add variation in there. We're still doing the main movements, but we're throwing in a little variation to not get overuse. Overuse is a common reason for injury. Okay, and that's a copy of the program we got going on at the gym. Here's Carlos. He's going for a 1 rep max squat. So he got up to about 255, I believe, for that. And there's Joelle again. She's getting ready for a strong woman contest, strongman, strong woman contest coming up pretty soon here. So this is her specific work she does. And it's coming up pretty soon, so we're just emphasizing strength and a little bit of specific work on the side. And like I said before, this is Carlos here. He's going for his 1 rep max, and what we want is a smooth 1 rep max. I don't really force my clients to grind out anything, or if they're not ready. So don't think that I make all my clients lift heavy. These guys have been lifting for a while, and they're trying to take their lifts to a new level, right? Okay, so that's a 1 rep max for his bench. Okay, and we're working on this. If you notice on this bench here, he kind of bounces it off his chest, and he knows about it, so we always try to add a pause in there. Okay, so down, pause. He should have paused, then up. Okay, so that bounce there gives you a good boost. And here's Shannon. She is a beginner client. So with beginners, we teach them, or I teach them, the main movements first. Okay, basics first, main movement patterns. And then from there, once they get these movement patterns, then you can go more complicated like what Carlos and Joel are doing. But Shannon here, she's new to the gym. She started with a 0-pound squat, just was working on body weight. And now she's up well over 100. This isn't 100 pounds, but she's well up over 100. And I'm pretty pleased with the progress she's making. She's well over in the triple digits for most of her lifts. And soon she can transition out to use different exercises. And what this looks like here is a 1RM deadlift for Carlos. Okay, he got up to 300 pounds, over 300 pounds for that. Okay. And here's a little bit of my training. This is after a run I did this week. So I'm not looking for a heavy stress after a run. So this is a light squat. 5 sets of 3 on the front squat. Front squat is by nature going to be lighter than a back squat, a 1-rep max squat, because you just can't. Most people I've met, well, all people I've met cannot squat as much with a front squat as they can with a back squat. So you train the front squat heavy, but by nature it's going to be light, because the bar, you're more upright, and it's just a harder squat. Okay, so even though I'm training heavy here, 5 sets of 3 after a run, it's by nature light. You know, for a back squat, I'd go a lot heavier than that. So the overall stress is lower. Okay. So this is just a little of my training and my clients' training. And like I said, it's just to give you guys an idea of what goes on at the gym. These aren't all my clients. I make sure and get consent before I share any of this footage with, social media or YouTube. But for beginners, generally, I teach them how to move well first. That's the emphasis. How to squat, hinge, push, pull, press, run, walk. And later we move on to more complicated things. So thank you very much for watching. That's all I had to say. And I'll be doing this weekly if I can. Thank you guys very much.